Ever heard of a language called Urdu? Get ready to dive deep because today we're exploring its fascinating history.
We'll go from ancient battles to modern poetry.
And even take a detour through South India. You'd think the name would give it away.
But trust me,
There's more to uncover.
much more.
So Urdu means army, right? Like in those old Turkic languages.
You're right. The word itself does come from there, army, camp, that kind of thing. But the language, as we know it.
It's not like they were speaking Urdu back in Genghis Khan's time, right?
Exactly. We're talking 12th century India, around Delhi. Back then, it wasn't even consistently called Urdu.
What, they just couldn't decide on a name?
Kinda. You'd see Hindavi, Old Hindi. The language was still finding its footing, very intertwined with what we know as Hindi today.
Ah, so the army part, it's not just a random fact.
Not at all. Picture this. Islamic conquests are happening across India. These military camps, they become melting pots.
Melting pots.
Cultures. You've got Turkish, Arabic, Persian, all mixing with local Indian dialects.
And bam, that's where Urdu comes in.
You got it. This fusion language, born in the midst of all that change and movement. Makes sense when you think about it.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection, but if Urdu and Hindi were so close back then, what happened? Why are they seen as, I don't know, separate languages now? It's always been a point of curiosity for me.
Now that is where things get really interesting. Even though they sound similar if you're just chatting.
Sharing basic words, the grammar.
It all boils down to one key difference.
Don't tell me. The script.
Bingo. Urdu goes with that beautiful, flowing Perso Arabic script.
And Hindi looks totally different.
Totally.
Yeah.
They went with Devanagari, which, by the way, comes from Sanskrit, more structured, almost geometric.
Huh. So we're not just talking about different alphabets, but like different vibes.
You're getting it. And this visual difference
Okay.
became supercharged during British rule.
Oh man, here comes the colonialism.
Think about those Mughal courts,
Yeah.
grandeur, formality. Urdu, already using the Perso-Arabic script, it fit right in.
It seemed associated with that whole world.
Precisely. While Hindi, with the Sanskrit connection, the Devanagari script, that became linked to a different aspect of Indian identity.
And that's part of why there's this, I don't even know what to call it.
The Hindi-Urdu controversy. Yeah, it's still around.
Wow. It's amazing how something as simple as a script can become such a loaded symbol.
Language is never just language, is it? It's tied up with power, identity.
Even religious sentiment, from what I've heard.
Exactly. But before we get too deep into that can of worms,
We should probably visit South India first, right?
you're about to take us to the Deccan Plateau, aren't you?
You know it. Down south, they had their own thing going on, Dakhini.
What's the story there? It just seems so far removed from those military camps we were just picturing.
It's all about context. Travel and communication were totally different back then. As Urdu spread, it adapted.
Pick up some local flavor?
You could say that.
So what kind of flavor are we talking about with Dakhini? Imagine. You've already got the Persian, the Arabic. Now sprinkle in some Marathi, some Telugu. Those are big South Indian languages.
Creating this whole new blend.
It's a fantastic example of language contact. How languages bump into each other, pick up bits and pieces.
Wow. So Urdu isn't just one single thing, frozen in time. It's got all these branches and variations, Dakhini being one of them.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm.
Speaking of diversity, we can't forget about Urdu's impact on literature.
Oh, right. Poetry especially.
Exactly. There's a reason they call Amir Khusrau the father of Urdu literature.
He was writing poems way back in the 13th century, right?
Yeah,
When the language was still forming.
that's right. Blending different styles, traditions. It's incredible when you think about it.
It really is. Those early poems laying the groundwork for what Urdu would become.
It shows how language can shape and reflect a culture. Urdu became this incredible tool for expression.
A way to explore themes of love, faith, identity.
And that legacy, it's still going strong today.
Wait, you mean like Bollywood?
Even Bollywood. It's everywhere if you know where to listen.
Wow. So it's more than just pretty words. It's a powerful force.
You got it. Urdu played a major role in shaping national identity, both in colonial India and post-partition Pakistan.
So much history wrapped up in one language.
Absolutely. And speaking of powerful forces shaping Urdu, have you ever heard of the term Urdish?
Urdish? Hey, now you're just making things up.
Well, you don't like the sound of it?
I mean, unless it's some delicious new fusion cuisine, then maybe sign me up.
Not quite cuisine, but there is a kind of fusion happening. Imagine you're chatting with someone totally fluent in both Urdu and English,
Okay.
and they just weave the two together effortlessly, depending on what they're saying. That's Urdish.
So not a whole separate language, but more like a linguistic mashup.
You got it. Code switching is the technical term.
Yeah.
Super common when people are bilingual or multilingual.
Yeah, it makes sense. You draw on the strengths of each language, right?
Exactly. And it makes you wonder how much are languages influencing each other all the time, just through these everyday conversations.
Right. Like we're just talking here, and who knows what kind of linguistic stew we're concocting.
And here's where it gets even wilder.
Mm.
Pakistan actually considered making Urdish part of their education system.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Back in 2015, they launched this whole initiative, Ilm Pakistan. The idea was to create a unified curriculum blending elements of both Urdu and English.
Wow, that's a bold move. Did it work?
It's complicated. Tons of debate, understandably.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Some people saw it as this bridge. You have Urdu with all its cultural weight, and then English, which kind of dominates higher education, global communication. So Urdish was a way to bridge that gap.
But others weren't so keen on the idea.
It's tricky. There's this worry about diluting Urdu's unique identity. Like if you blend it too much with English, what happens to its distinct character, its soul almost?
That's a good point. It's like this tightrope walk, isn't it? Preserving a language's heritage, but also adapting to a globalized world.
Exactly. And Urdu, for all its history, is definitely not stuck in the past. But speaking of history and those unique features...
We should go back to the Persian and Arabic influences, right?
You read my mind. It's more than just borrowing a few words here and there.
Right. It goes deeper than that.
Much deeper. So Urdu's grammar, at its core, it's similar to Hindi. But those influences we talked about, they brought some really distinctive features to the table.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, take the izafat. It's this grammatical structure for connecting words. You see it a lot more in formal Urdu than in Hindi.
Izafat. Sounds intense.
It's not as scary as it sounds. Think of the English phrase, the Queen's crown. In Urdu, you might see something like Taj Malika.
Okay.
So Taj is crown, Malika is queen, and that little E in the middle, that's your izafat, showing possession.
Huh. So it's like a linguistic glue. Taj and Malika. I kind of like it. It's got a nice ring to it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Adds this elegance and flow.
It's making me think that formality is kind of a big deal in Urdu.
Oh, absolutely. Urdu speakers are very aware of a word's origin, how that affects the tone.
So a word that comes from Sanskrit might feel more casual.
While a word with Arabic or Persian roots, that adds a touch of grandeur, like having a built-in system for fine-tuning your message.
It's like choosing between, what were those examples? Oh, pani and eba, both meaning water.
Perfect example. One for everyday conversation, the other for poetry, formal occasions.
Wow. It's like having a linguistic toolbox with all these different shades of meaning.
And the sensitivity to nuance, it carries over to the written form, too. We've talked about how beautiful the Perso Arabic script is.
It is, though I have to admit, it always intimidates me a little. All those flowing lines, it's like its own art form.
It truly is.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly complex. Thousands of ligatures.
Ligatures. Refresh my memory.
Right, sorry. Those are those special characters where two or more letters combined create these really elegant forms, almost calligraphic.
Ah, right. I always forget the name for those. So to really write Urdu beautifully,
It takes years of practice.
it's like a code you have to crack.
In a way, yes. For centuries, Urdu newspapers in India, they were handwritten.
Wait, handwritten like every single copy.
Every single one. By these incredibly skilled calligraphers known as Khatib or Kushnawas. Can you imagine?
No, that's insane. The dedication. Today we just hit print and call it a day.
Right. Talk about a labor of love. It shows how important that written tradition was.
It makes you wonder if something gets lost in translation now that we have computers to do all the hard work.
That's a good question. But luckily, there are fantastic digital tools now that help preserve Nastali calligraphy, make Urdu literature and publications more accessible.
Well, thank goodness for technology. But speaking of publications, I was actually really surprised by how many Urdu newspapers there still are in India.
Right. Especially given everything we've talked about.
Exactly. You'd think it would have faded out more.
It speaks to Urdu's enduring presence in Indian society. But it also brings up those complexities of language politics again.
Oh, right. Because it's officially recognized, but...
But it faces an uphill battle. Hindi is often seen as the language of national unity, you know.
It's like language can be a unifying force, but also a source of division all at the same time.
Exactly. A recurring theme with Urdu, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. So where does that leave us with this question of, Are Urdu and Hindi truly distinct or two sides of the same coin?
The million-dollar question. And something tells me there's no easy answer.
So how do we untangle this whole thing? Where do we even begin?
Well, if we're talking purely about the languages themselves, the answer might surprise you. It's actually pretty simple.
Oh, do tell.
Strip away all the specialized stuff, the literary flourishes. You'll find that Urdu and Hindi, they share the same core: grammar, syntax, everyday words. Most speakers could understand each other without too much trouble.
So are you saying that at their heart, they're basically the same language? You're being very careful with your words here.
Many linguists would say exactly that. They see them as two standardized registers of a single language.
Which would be?
Hindustani. It's like
Yeah.
British and American English. They have their quirks, their differences in pronunciation, even some vocabulary.
Yeah, it's still English. Okay, I see what you mean. But then why? Why all the controversy, the debate, the insistence that they're totally separate if they're so closely linked?
Because language is never just about the words themselves, is it? It's a reflection of history, culture, politics.
We've talked about all that. The Persian and Arabic influences on Urdu, that elegant script, the connection to the Mughal courts.
Exactly. And over time, that association, it's solidified, especially during British rule.
Urdu became linked with Muslim identity.
While Hindi, with its Sanskrit roots, the Devanagari script, that became connected to a different aspect of Indian identity.
And then partition happened.
And that divide, already present, it deepened.
Urdu, the national language of Pakistan. Hindi, taking on that role in India.
What started as regional variations within a shared language, suddenly entangled with the very idea of nationhood.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Language, this tool we have to communicate, to connect, it can also be used to divide.
It's true, and Urdu's story, more than most, highlights that contradiction. But even with all that baggage, all that historical weight, there's hope.
Hope for what? That Urdu and Hindi will magically become one language again.
Maybe, maybe not. But there are definitely people working towards a more unified understanding.
Like who?
Scholars, writers, people who use both scripts in their work, who draw from that broader Hindustani vocabulary. They're trying to bridge the gap.
So instead of focusing on what makes them different, they're highlighting the richness that comes from that shared heritage.
Exactly. It's a way to celebrate what connects these languages, rather than letting politics dictate the narrative.
It's a powerful statement.
It is. And it brings us back to something fundamental. Language, at its core, it's about connection.
About understanding, communication, bridging those differences.
And that's something worth valuing, no matter the script, the pronunciation, the history that comes along with it.
Beautifully said. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. From ancient armies to modern-day code switching. What's the one thing you want our listeners to remember about Urdu?
That it's more than just words and grammar. It's a tapestry woven from history, culture, and that very human need to connect. Urdu's got a rich past, no doubt. But it also has a vibrant present and a future full of possibilities. Who knows how it will shape and be shaped by the world around it? That's something to think about, isn't it?
It really is. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of Urdu. Thanks for listening.